Flag
Hey,
football.
he went and bought some Under Armour so he could play some fucking fantasy football.
He played fantasy flag football in Under
I
Armour
meant
gear.
flag football.
Yo, we
live, by
live,
the
yo.
way.
Oh, we know, nigga.
You know?
Sean hit the button.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to set y'all ass up. Not your boy.
This
Hey, I don't
is
fuck
why
with
we can't
bananas
move forward.
pipe no more. Nigga 40 now.
He just turned 40 and he's 40 now. Like we didn't know that after the countdown.
Hey, that nigga said 40 and 40.
10, 5 minutes, I'm turning 40.
Turn up, yes, bitch, Cabo.
Cabo. That nigga was here.
Hey, I bet you at 12:01 that motherfucker was just like this too. Hey, how you do the show this?
Hey, Dre.
Hey, yo, Dre. Hey, shimmy his ass off. Hey, shimmy his ass off.
Hey, Dre, 11:59, he was like, by the time 12 o'clock hit, he was like,
What up?
Hey, all right now, y'all on TV. Y'all see what happened to Boozy?
my bad. But Merv,
Get that
real
phone
talk.
call.
Merv, real talk. Merv, when you did the shimmy, did you put your hands on your knees and did the shimmy? Did you like get
He got to. Ain't that part of it?
That's part of it.
And he was doing that shit to wipe me down.
No, Merv, classic man. He did this shit to classic man.
Did you hit him with my Dougie shit after that?
Everybody should be getting pussy like that nigga there, eh? Watch me hit the Dougie,
Yeah,
live, man. We
I'm
live.
living. I'm living. Hey, fuck you talking about? I'm living.
Yo, we live, man. We live. Yo, welcome to the Guys Podcast. Shout out to Facebook, live, YouTube, Spotify. Shout out to Blackjack TV, Mile High Radio. Yo, shout out to everyone, all listeners and viewers out there who's rocking with us tonight. Before we kick off into our segment, and before I shout out to my homies, I want to pass the baton to Merv real quick.
All right, today happens to be my nephew's birthday. We lost him 2 years ago to a murder by 5 people in Georgetown. Long live KP. Everybody know him as KP, Joshua Powell. Fly high, nephew.
Indeed. Rest in peace.
Rest in power. Town, baby, town shit.
Indeed. Dre,
What's up, man?
How you doing out there?
Man, shit, I'm tired, bro. I don't know what's these last 2 weeks, bro. It's been some long weeks come Wednesday, but I'm trying to maintain. I got my birthday party on Saturday, so I'm trying to get like Merv. I'm trying to rest up, go get a couple IVs so I can turn the fuck up on Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
See, I'm tired right now.
Merv always like that though. Imagine, hey, Dre, imagine if you started your birthday celebration on the 1st of the month.
No. Hell no. October 26th is my birthday, but that's on Monday, so I'm gonna party it up on Saturday. That's all I got.
Indeed. Yo, Stacks, what it do, homie?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, as you can see.
What is
the
that?
Championship gear on, Lakers. World, don't act like you can't. Nigga, you need glasses? Champions, baby. Just like I told y'all we would be. Fucking champs.
So Mark, how you doing out there, homie?
Shoot, man, I'm good. You know, five of the youngins, the ball players just signed. You know, they all going to college, D1, placing, go in hoop or whatever. So I'm happy about that, man. And just like I told them, man, I'm like, as long as you there, man, go ahead and check them classes out, man. It's some pretty good shit, you know what I mean, for when you hit the college and everything like that. So, I'm just happy for them, man, taking it on another chapter and everything like that. And 4 of them going out of state. And I got one, who's, thinking about which school he's going to go to. And Howard is on the list. So, you know what I'm saying? We rooting for the HBCU, to go ahead and maybe, for they can get them in there, and play some ball. So, I'm happy for them, wherever they go, I'm happy for them. So that's what's up.
Word. Salute to those homies, man. So Merv, just turned big 4-0, man. Merv 40 touring day shenanigans. Shenanigans.
Please don't answer no questions. We don't want to know.
Yo. So
Merv, I do have one question. Is it possible that you came back with an STD?
Oh my
Whoa! Whoa!
Yo.
Hey, Dre.
And live from
No, it's not possible because we had to practice social distancing.
Facts.
Hey, good answer, my guy.
Merv making love like old boy for what's the movie with Sylvester Stallone? And what's in the movie? The joint that time. Him and
Total Recall?
You said it like you don't have 50
No, that's
movies.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know, nigga.
You talking about Cobra?
With Wesley Snipes. Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes.
Demolition Man? No.
Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Demolition Man. Yeah, he got it.
Whoa!
God damn.
What is going on?
Yo.
Why were you not put up for adoption? That's my next question.
Young Merv. Jeez.
Hey, that picture looked like it was taken in the 40s, though. Real talk.
Y'all super extra.
Cabo birthday shenanigans.
Oh, he living it up now.
Hey, how you doing?
Y'all some fucking scumbags.
And this
That's the guy. That's the guy right there. Okay.
Hey, Dre, just in case you didn't know he was turning 40, look at the shirt.
I see it. In Cabo.
Just in case you were asking.
Man. So you telling me Merv went to Cabo and did some basic bitch shit? Hey, Merv had a pumpkin spice latte and shit.
Look at it.
Hey, Merv had the fucking his people, his gang, they was like birthday gang.
Listen,
birthday gang side chick number 2.
Shirt, dog. I got a lot of props for that goddamn shirt.
They was like birthday gang side chick number 4.
Hey, shenanigans. Hashtag shenanigans.
Yo.
So y'all some fucking
Birthday behavior.
Yeah.
Birthday behavior.
Hashtag
Cabo shenanigans. Yo, Merv, real talk though. How many did you lay down though, man?
What?
Oh goodness.
Nothing.
Damn.
Right on the jaw. You know what I'm saying?
Abort mission.
Yeah. Straight up. Plead the fifth like Chappelle and shit.
For real. So, yo, fellas, what y'all drinking on tonight, man? I'm drinking agua. I got the hydrate. So, what y'all drinking on tonight?
I'm not even drinking water. My water way over there.
Yo, Stacks, what you drinking, man?
Same old kettle.
Okay. Merv, what you drinking, man?
Well, I wanted to try something new for my 40th and shit. You know, nigga 40 need to try new things. So, there's something called 1941 vodka. It's pretty goddamn smooth. That's what I'm drinking on, man. With some 40-year-old Sprite. You know what I mean?
Did you bring
this
that
nigga
back?
say 40-year-old Sprite?
Did you bring that back with you from Cabo?
Huh?
Did you bring that back with from Cabo?
Sprite.
Yeah.
All right, got you.
Word.
How you got 40-year-old Sprite though, cuz?
I'm 40. I'm drinking a motherfucker.
Isn't it?
This is you shouldn't even ask, bro.
So fellas, let's go ahead and get into the shenanigans.
Oh shit!
So every week we do a retro review. Last week we went down memory lane with Merv. Merv had brought us 2 albums that they really go back and dive into. It was Mace, Harlem World, as well as 112, Room 112. We passed the baton to Mark last week to get us into his mind, his catalog of music. And Mark decided to go with a retro re-review of Musiq Soulchild first album, I Just Want to Sing. Album came out in 2000. And
why we got the incorrect spelling?
Yeah, I didn't doing all of that extra shit.
Yeah,
that
that is wrong. That is wrong as shit.
Yeah, for real.
I did it the right way. I'm sorry, I went to college and everything, so I did it the right way. I corrected his downfall.
How you gonna change somebody else's art, man?
Yo, can we?
Whoa.
So Mark,
we piled on you. We got to just move on. Fuck
That's
no.
that's some real Sean John. That's some real Sean John bullshit right there. That's some real Sean John bougie shit.
Is that better?
Yeah, you know what I mean. For
There you go.
I think it's I think titles at the bottom. I think
bottom. Is that better, guys?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah, I mean that's good. That's good.
Good. Bucks. But all right. So Musiq Soulchild, first album, Mark.
Yeah.
Why did you pick this album as a retro review?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have to give me a little time because I got stories.
No, we ain't got that.
Go ahead, do your thing. I want to hear him. And I want to hear him.
Tonight, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I picked this album. Well, number one, let me just say it for y'all, Philly all day. But that's not the reason I picked the album.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The reason I picked the album, my brother, he managed Musiq Soulchild, and this was the first album he, was ever a producer. He was a producer on, an executive producer, and he actually was working at Def Jam, all through his heyday or whatever, right? And then left and started his own company. And this album was his project, the first project under his wing. So that's why I picked the album, because I'm just like, this is my big brother. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I was there, I was there, I was around, when this was like being recorded. Shout to Touch It Jazz Studios, Jazzy Jeff Studio and everything like that. And just kind of being around and seeing how an album is made, and which ended up being a really good album. So I was just happy, just to kind of be around, see the process, and then see how my brother really was able to move the pieces around to, create, what some call a classic. So I was with that.
So what was the thing that really got your attention on this album? Or like, I know it means something near dear to you, but as far as from just your brother's input in this album, being a manager at that time, what was your purpose behind the music itself?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, right? Like, you gotta understand, like, the neo soul movement kind of was really like, just like, it was already popping off, but people really didn't really know what to call it yet. You know what I'm saying? Because you had like Lauryn Hill, and you had Maxwell and people like that, but they didn't. D'Angelo, you didn't really know how to group them or what to call it, right? But when that sound came out, Philly really just started popping that whole thing. Like, they had clubs and different places where you could do, spoken word, sing, rap, all of that. So all of these artists, right? All these well-known artists was all coming to Philly at the same time. Like, it was nothing to kind of see Lauryn Hill, perform somewhere. It was nothing to see, like, and they would just get on stage. It wasn't even like, yo, oh yeah, we featuring such and such tonight. Yo, Tribe Called Quest gonna be here tonight, or Q-Tip gonna be here tonight. They would just jump on stage, on an open mic joint. So you have spots like 5 Spot, Clef Club, Black Lily, and I think y'all heard, Eve and Beans mention the Black Lillian songs, in the past on their albums. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, just the movement, like, picked up a lot of steam. That neo soul movement picked up a lot of steam. And, for some reason, they didn't have like all of these kind of outlets and venues in different cities like they had them in Philly. And that's why a lot of people, a lot of the artists flock to Philly just to kind of do their thing, try new stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? That movement meant something, because I'm just like, you had all these people come together, and it was like sacred ground, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had like lawyers, you had black lawyers, black doctors, then you had like Street Guys, and all these people was in the same mix. Like I ain't never seen that before, where you got, you know what I mean, for real, the kind of upstanding people, and then you got the underworld kind of just coming together and vibing. So it was just something to see, man. That was nice, man. So I was with it.
Word. So Stacks,
You know.
how did this album, compare to you, man? How do you feel about this album?
I feel really great about this album simply because of the title. I just want to sing. I used to be an inspiring vocalist back in my day. This album takes me back to '97. Merv will tell you. We had a group called Unity. We did a talent show. And the group that I was in, we sung 112 only. Say again.
The name of the group was Unity.
Yeah, the Unity Community Youth Group.
Unity, like that's the name of the group.
The organization.
Unity, yeah.
Not the singing group, the organization.
Unity.
The organization. So we want to me and a couple of guys won a talent show singing 112 Only You. Now I know that doesn't correlate to Maxwell, but at that time,
Maxwell
running track,
we're not talking about Maxwell either.
What's Maxwell?
You talking about Maxwell?
What's Maxwell?
What's Maxwell?
You talking about? What you talking about?
You said that's according to Maxwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about fortunate to have you, girl. We're not talking about Maxwell.
I know that doesn't equate to music. I'm sorry. I said Maxwell earlier. But anyway, at that time, when we on that
apparently his internet is drunk too.
On that talent show, running. So you having issues with the connection?
Yeah, it's going in and out.
Okay. We're gonna correlate this to Jamie Foxx and blame it on the alcohol.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hop out and come back in because I've been.
All right. So Murr, what do you think about this album, man?
Yo, I really fuck with the beats and the production, man. All the beats on the album was real good. Now it was some songs that sounded similar, like they kind of remixed the beats for some songs, but it's one of them albums where
I got it.
All right.
This is one album where it takes me back to like it came out I think 2000 and shit. That's when I was on my party mode right there. So the songs that I really fuck with, I like the 17 song. I like the L is going song. I like the Love song. But the Just Friends, yo, let me tell y'all something. When Just Friends came on, I'm at a fucking party. I'm grabbing a female hand and I'm pulling him on the dance floor real quick. And that's one of those songs where I can't sing a damn bit. But I'm whispering melodies in her fucking ear while we dancing and shit.
Hey, that nigga sound like Martin Lawrence when he was on House Party. Always and forever.
Hey, but yeah, so that's the shit bring back memories because that damn Just Friends song, yo, I dragged that shit in the hole. I used to stay telling that motherfucker that right there.
So Dre, how this album hit you, man?
It's weird. Then I've always liked the album. I loved it a little bit more listening to it this past week. Yeah, I mean, it brought what Jilly from Philly was trying to do. I think it kind of brought it full circle. I think it's a very underrated album. It probably should have got in my opinion, it should have got the same amount of love that Confessions got a few years later. No, this album is really, really dope. Like, Just Friends, that's that's one of those songs that, like Merv said, is just something that when you hear it, you want to talk your shit to a little chick, you want to sing it or whatever the case may be. What I think he did different that also made it successful is he took a different route. We talked last week. We talked about 112, and I said how it was a sad song. I mean, a sad album. Now, in the same time, he talked about a lot of heartbreak, but in his heartbreak songs, he kind of sped it up, and you could kind of groove with it, and that it didn't give it that that gloomy feel or whatever the case may be.
I agree.
And so,
Mhm.
whenever he was talking that good shit, he would slow it down. So that also gave it a different feel as opposed to something that we reviewed last week. So I just think it was just an all around good album, man. It was definitely something that right now I can vibe to a lot more than I could back then, and I even vibed to it back then. I caught it coming out of basic. That little time frame from basic to AIT.
Yep.
Little shorty I was messing with, she was like, "This is what you gonna listen to." I still got the CD that she had. I know Sean know, but when you live in the barracks, you got to put your initials on the CD so
Yeah,
nobody can
fact,
steal it. So I
fact.
still got her initials on the CD and shit. So like, she was the one that put me onto that joint, and it's been rocking ever since. And she's from Philly, matter of fact. She's a Philly joint.
Word.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I struggled with this album 20 years ago and even today. 2000 when this album came out, you got to keep in mind, 20-year-old Sean, I'm in Japan. You know what else came out that year? Hit it hard from the back, road. That TP2.com came out that same year. I wasn't into no neo soul during that time. I'm not going front, and I appreciate the album. I appreciate music as an artist, but that was never my vibe. I thought listening to it this week would show my growth as a man, but it really didn't. I'll be honest. I felt that I never got into the neo soul vibe, into that movement. I've always felt like it was boring music to me, and that's just my opinion. I appreciate the melody. I appreciate the fact that this guy can really sing and that he is a talented artist. I appreciate all of that, but it was never my vibe. I struggled with this album. I'm not gonna front. I really struggled with this album.
You know what that mean? You ain't had that one fly ass. You ain't had that one dope ass dance with that fly ass girl to Just Friends. If you
I don't.
had that, you had to like this whole album different. That one
I think
song,
Mhm.
that one
I
goddamn
think
song right there.
I
I
don't.
think that's something
Man.
else about this album. This album is not necessarily about. It is about a boy and a girl, but it's also about friendship first. And
Yeah.
if you listen to the album, throughout the album, he always referenced friends first. This was my friend. If I had known that my friend would have looked like this, or whatever the case may be, he always referenced her being a friend first.
Right.
And I think that's what makes
Man.
the album like even a little bit more dope.
But that's the thing. I appreciate the message of the album and the tone of the album. It's just that it wasn't my vibe because you gotta keep in mind, my wiz and I, we were dating in high school. Up until I was in Japan, we were still dating. You know what I mean? So I was more like 112 last week was more out my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because those albums resonated with our relationship for the most part. When I was in Japan, I'm in Japan for a year. The whole 2000 I was in Japan. She was back home, and this is one of those albums we never connected on. So I never had a connection to this album in that perspective. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Man, shoot.
Gotcha.
I'll say one thing, man, that about the album for me, right? And just speaking on the music, um, I think it had a little bit of something for everybody, right? Like if you wanted to kind of get in, like you want to hear like some like R&B like with a little hip hop feel, you had Ellis Gone, you know what I'm saying? The Roots, you know what I'm saying? The Roots along with you know, Dre and Vidal, you know what I'm saying, and Carvin and Ivan, kind of all came together, you know what I mean, to put that on. That was the
Yeah.
next movement
What his name?
song.
Rozelle, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? The next movement, you know what I mean, for a song about the Roots, they kind of just took and mixed that. You know what I'm saying? You got the Ingredients of Love, that was on the bonus CD, the song with Angie Stone that had the sucker nigga beat from Tribe Called Quest from Midnight Marauders. You know what I'm saying? You got the scratch interlude that started it off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you had your hip hop, but then you had Girl Next Door, and you had Settle for My Love, which was my favorite song on the album, surprisingly. That was just a nice groove, man. And it's crazy because like I was like when they were doing that song in the studio, right? And I'm in the background, because I'm just watching my brother do his thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And they're doing it, and they were like, yo, should we get one more take? And it's late, right? So you know how the mic's open in the studio and everybody can hear like from the booth to whatever. And I don't know what just came over me, but I was feeling it, and I was like, hell yeah, right? And everybody in the studio looked at me like I was crazy. And then everybody busts out laughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I was feeling that record when I first heard it. So I still feel it, I still felt it. I still, kind of get that vibe from it today. It was just that, it was just a good song to me. So I was just like, just from the music, it was just a vibe. You can kind of chill to it. You can kind of, flow to it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, I was proud of everybody who was around, just seeing everybody do their thing. And people would kind of just drop in the studio who ain't had nothing to do with the project, but they heard about the project. They just wanted to feel that energy, man. And it felt good to just be around the couple 2 or 3 times my brother Yami brought me down there. I was just like, man, it kind of showed me something different, where it's just like, yo, you don't always gotta be in the street. You could do something different, man. You know what I'm saying? And that was love, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt how the album was. It was love, it was family. And all those people from back then, I'm like, I still see them at Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that kind of stuff, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's why it just had a special meaning to me. You know what I'm saying? But I thought the music was really, really good. I thought, you know what I'm saying, for real, my brother, you know what I mean, for real, my guy Jay, and you know what I'm saying, Carvin Navin and those guys, I thought they did a really good job just setting everything up. And then, the singers, you know what I mean, Music and the twins, Ayana and Yinka, Aries. I thought they did a good job with the vocals, Jill Scott with the vocal arrangement and the roots, you know what I mean, for kind of putting a little twist in on different songs. So I thought everybody did a really good job, man, and I'm happy, that, they did their thing and the album went platinum. And, that was it.
Word. So Stacks, you back now, man. Give us a quick 2-minute spill, man, on how this album hit you.
Well, quick 2 minutes, man. If you're somebody out there that loves singing, and you're aspiring to sing, this is why this album speaks so well to me 20 years later. Now, when it came out, basically all I was really up on was the classics, the Just Friends and Love, which is a karaoke classic. I used to sing karaoke, love that song, and I could hit that high note. By the way, I don't know if I could do it now, but it's a well put together album. It still plays very well in 2020 compared to 2000. I thought that it has a mixed bag of everything. The 17 song that's pretty much is the cautionary tale that you got to check for ID, and the you got the My Girl, you got the You and Me. That You and Me was kind of funny because it's kind of like, to me, I call that the turning the hoe into a housewife anthem. That's what I got from that song. Not saying he was trying to do that, Mark. I don't want Philly to come for me. But
it's cool.
No, he definitely was turning a hoe into a housewife on that.
Cool.
Hey, it was so blatant.
He said you could have been a prostitute and slept with every man you knew, and it wouldn't matter to me.
Right. Yes.
That's some Philly stuff right there. Yes.
That's some Forrest Gump. That's some Forrest Gump shit with Jenny.
Hey,
and just Friends, I call it the friend zone classic because it's almost like he's trying to holler, but he don't want to get rejected. So he's like, we can be just friends, but I really, really want to holler at you. But if you ain't feeling me, we can still chill out.
Nah,
surprisingly,
I get you, but I think he just kind of goes this. That's the slick. That's that slick underhand move. I don't know that shit works. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, put number on your phone and you call me when you ready. But yo, when that nigga slip up,
I wasn't going that route.
Yeah,
I wasn't going that route.
That's the dirty Mac stuff right there, though.
We was on the same page, right?
I feel you. But in summation,
okay.
In summation, it was it's still a good album in 2020, and the best thing I like about it, it paved the way for my favorite neo soul artist, John Legend. I think this is one of the albums, one of the people that paved the way for people like John Legend, and that's all I got.
Hey, now I got that John Legend.
Another
John
person
Legend
who
get limited
passed through the
albums.
city time and time again. You know.
So
We have 30-minute mark.
So let's keep on the music, fellas. We got some new T.I., man. Anybody had a chance to dive into that album a little bit?
Not at all. I ain't heard it yet. I ain't listened to it.
My God.
I heard some of it.
I wasn't impressed.
T.I. album. You probably heard all of them. I'm sorry. That's like
Trey, you kill everything for
good
me.
album, though. Really good album.
Hold on, what'd you say, Sean?
Huh? What?
I wouldn't agree with Sean's assessment that when you hear one, you've heard them all.
No.
But I don't think the album was tough at all. I listened to it slightly last week when it first came out. But of course, I was just rushing through it because I was trying to get to the Butchers coming, And
Yeah.
I understand. I fucking understand.
That case I got 2 hatchets on the Butchers. I got 2 hatchets. Like, come on, man. The Butchers coming. Yo, T.I. need to step his game up. That's all I'm saying. But anyhow.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell y'all something, Sean and Dre in particular. I think the only I want y'all to go back and listen to T.I.'s album. T.I. got a mixed bag in it. He got a bunch of good features in it. He got Rhapsody, he got Conway the Machine is on there, as well as Benny. He got Killer Mike on there. John Legend is on there. 21 Savage. I like the album because, especially, it was one cut called the one with Killer Mike on it. It really spoke to the situation of black people in America today, man. So I implore you. I'm still on the Benny the Butcher high myself, but please, brothers, go back and give that album some more listens. I liked it. I'm not calling it a classic, of course. But I like the concepts. I like the conscious shit that was on that album. They even had Tamika, the civil rights activist Tamika Mallory was on that album as well.
Word. So I'm gonna flip this next question over to my man. I want to ask Merv this, man. I think Merv deserved to answer this question I do have. So I know we've been going back and forth on this whole Meg and Tory Lanez situation. She finally responded to this nut ass dude, and
Jesus Christ,
she pretty much called him a nut job because now his album came out, the album lost steam, it ran its course, so now she's saying that he's a nut job for trying to deny what he did. And Murray, what do you think about this, man? You think this dude is still a lame?
Yeah, I think the last thing I saw, didn't he try to put something like he said on it? I think he tried to put something on his mama, trying to say that he didn't do this shit, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to say, he's like, yo, my mom, I did not do this shit. There's a lot of he say, she say, but the fucking didn't the damn the police got evidence, and that's how they arrested him, right?
Mark probably know the ballistics. I think the ballistics did come back from his gun.
Ballistics, yeah, and the master gun that she was shot with. So all right, and this is just me playing devil advocate. You can't blame the nigga for he's denying it because he don't want to go to jail. So I get that he's denying he don't go to jail, so the crazy thing is, from my understanding, Meg didn't say anything at first to protect herself and to protect him, and she didn't really put the shit out there until Tory was damn fucking her over and wasn't damn defending her or wasn't trying to hold her down. So that's when she was like, "Well, damn." So I'm getting all the slack. Everybody coming at me. Well, let me tell my fucking side of the story. So it still seems like there's a lot of details missing.
Yep.
But matter of fact, I think it's too much details missing to really speak knowledgeably about the situation. Because everything what we're speaking now is just opinion based off of circumstantial shit that we know. It's not even shit that, like I said, there's a lot of he said, she said, the ballistics match, but the nigga still denying Like it's just too much he say, man. But I would if the nigga did it, yo, what the fuck happened to him? He deserved that shit. Cause I'm against women getting hit on by a man. Like so, and the shooter that woman, yeah, that's lame as fuck. The hit a woman is lame as fuck. To do any kind of physical abuse or physical violence on a fucking woman is lame as fuck.
Word.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that, man. One thing I'll say is, like when all this comes out and they go to trial, you know what I'm saying, then, we'll see where everything is hitting for. But at least in my mind, I'm just like, yo, it's his gun, right? I'm just like, even if the story that he's trying to present, like we wrestled with the gun or whatever, I'm just like, you had the gun, you know? And I'm like, that's not that looks bad on him. So for real, I would say like this, man. Like when he goes to trial, whatever, I'm just like, listen, they could give him a lot of time, if all those charges connect. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing he hope is if you got to do years, it's a limited amount of ones, but and I don't
It,
want to see nobody go to jail ever.
it's
But
not enough.
I'm just
It's just
saying
not
it's
enough
a
information,
lot.
man.
It's
Like
not it's not
enough
enough
information
information, but
from
it's
either
certain
one
things.
of them.
No, it's not enough information, but that's why they got trials, right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
like
And it's
that's
certain things that already been proven. I'm just saying that, we got to see, like, man, is he going? I think he's going to get hit with time. How much? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean,
But
it's
I'm like,
really
man,
at this
he's going to
point,
get hit with. He's going to
it's
get
to
hit with
be
time. I think.
it's to be continued at this point. So
Yeah.
yeah.
hopefully something to come out. So
Yep.
Stacks and Dre, I want to flip this one over to you, man. Hey, 50 is going crazy on your boy Young Buck. I know Dre's a big Young Buck fan. Dre used to yell out there.
Huh?
Dre used to love Young Buck, man. And I know Stacks love Young Buck too. Y'all think 50 going too far, man? He's calling Young Buck Young Murder, man, off of P Valley, man. Like, oh, he's not stopping, man. It's like he's not stopping. Do y'all think he's going too far though?
Hey, let me answer this first, man. I mean, how could you say too far with 50 though? Because 50 ain't got no limits, man.
No.
So he just simply doesn't have no. He has no couth. He has no fucking filter. So what is the limit with 50 Cent, man? Anybody that 50 Cent gets into a beef with, he just don't chill. This is the same dude, but even after the Ja Rule beat was over, Ja Rule had a concert. I think he was selling some shit on Groupon. 50 bought all the shits out, so nobody would show up, man. How petty is that?
Petty,
so
man.
My question, I mean, I wouldn't be able to answer that because I've seen this motherfucker. But he told he said Floyd Mayweather, he said, I bet he can't read 5 words in a Harry Potter book. Come on, man. That's fucking out of line, man. That shit is. So my question is, I don't know if he's going too far because the motherfucker this is what he does.
Yeah.
No.
What do you think?
I don't think there's ever too far unless you start bringing kids in. If anybody know me, I love to talk shit. If you ever played basketball against me, that's when you're going to get my best shit talking. So I'm all for shit talking, and that's what it is. So I'm with it, man. Hey, talk all the shit that you can talk. Just, back it up when it comes time to back it up. But, hey, if you want to call him Uncle Murder or not Uncle Murder, Lil Murder, like, hey, show me something that make him be Lil Murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, really go all the way. Don't fucking tantalize it in front of everybody and shit. Like, go all the way.
But Dre, that's the thing. He done that. He did it last year. He played the video. Like he played the
he
voice.
Don't stop.
Oh, you talking about when he was crying?
Stop, man.
No, like when he was like, Buck allegedly ran up on, someone of a different,
I don't. I'm being real. I don't know what happened.
So 50 played that joint, man. Buck got caught up in a situation like 2 or 3 times where he was messing with, a tranny. And
nigga, why the fuck you just can't say this shit, motherfucker? You act like the goddamn people get in trouble. You say this shit. Transgender? Fuck with a transgender. Just say this shit.
Chill, man. Live.
Nigga, I know we live.
Anyone out there who represents that organization, this does not come from my opinion. Murray represents himself. His name is Marvin Keys.
He gave the government. He gave the government.
You want to hit people with garbage cans. Now I gotta cut you.
Hey, Murph, don't show remind you of Tasha. Don't you remind you of Tasha on Power Book 2 when she threw Tommy under the bus?
Right.
He appears courtesy of himself. Like, so, yeah. But anyhow,
Tasha ass nigga.
He got caught up into some stuff and 51 let it go. So I just
well, it's definitely free game. I didn't know all that shit happened. If all that shit happened, it is definitely free game. So let's go. So it might be Lil Murder because Lil Murder was from he was from Memphis, living in Mississippi, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Down in the valley,
but
the girls get naked.
But Dre, they got to be a line. You said kids, right?
Yeah, kids is the line.
50 don't even have that line.
50 don't even have that line.
He killed his own son.
I was about to say that. That nigga talked about his own son, so he ain't got no line with that either.
But I will give him the respect. He doesn't talk about anyone. I've never heard him talk about anyone else's kids. So I think that's the line. The line is, or if I'm in a happily, if I'm in a happily going marriage or whatever you want to call that shit, that I think the wives are off limits as well.
So let me get this right, Dre. You say if you're in a happy marriage, so if the marriage ain't happy, you can talk shit about your wife.
Like what I'm saying is no. All right, touche. What I'm saying is, like, let's look at Biggie's situation, right? Like, it was some rumors that things weren't right, so he was able to use that, and he was only able to use that because some people thought it could be true because of the way Faith and Biggie was going. So at that point, shit, y'all ain't good, y'all ain't rocking together, and the public can see y'all ain't rocking. You fair game. That's in my eyes. I wouldn't do like Merv and slide up and be like, "Hey, yo, take my number when this nigga start acting right." You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow,
the dirty back move. Yeah, like
Merv. As soon as he drink that wine, I just keep it from behind shit.
And I'm gonna say this, like,
let me find out.
The dirty back.
And I'm gonna say like this, it's situations where that went bad. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, you trying to slide up, when things is going shaky, with a couple, I'm just like, man, Kodak Black, he got all his music banned in California when he pulled that thing, with Nipsey Hussle's girl, Derek Fisher got his ass beat by Matt Barnes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's a slippery situation. You know what I'm saying?
There's lines. There's definitely lines.
But Derek Fisher's situation wasn't because it was a lot of bro code broken in that shit, man.
Yeah, it was.
It's too much, man. Too much.
That Derek Fisher
that's a dirty ball right there.
Yeah,
he dirty.
Yeah. Derek Fisher deserved to get his ass whooped on that one.
Derek Fisher, he should get his ass whooped right now. Like right now. Right now.
Like every time you see that nigga, we fighting. Like every time.
Yeah.
On site.
Every time.
On site. But on a more serious note, fellas, I know y'all heard the story and everything with 50 Cent, saying how he's backing Trump, whether that's trolling or not. This is a very sensitive moment that we're in right now. As well as Don Mega, Ice Cube, trying to partner with him on some things. He's trying to clear it up right now. He's saying that it's more so of a partnership, so he can start letting, giving his ideas and see what the platinum plan looks like. I want to open the floor up, man. Like, how do y'all feel about these guys coming out during this time? I mean, we're right now in the midst of voting. Like, Murr, I see you doing this right here. So what do you mean? What do you think about all of this, man? Like, shit.
Hey, man. So listen. The major difference, in my opinion, between 50 Cent, Ice Cube, and fucking Puff Daddy, because he was on the same shit. I ain't gonna say bullshit, because to me, I ain't wealthy, so I'm calling it bullshit. But Diddy, 50 Cent and Cube is on the same shit. Only difference is 50 Cent has enough. I don't give a fuck about what y'all think to come out and say, yo, that Trump plan is better for me. That's all. That's basically what it says. Yo, Trump plan is better for me. That's what the fuck I'm voting for, basically, because I got money. Fuck y'all. Cube is trying to do, in my opinion, trying to play both. Trying to play both. You know what I'm saying? Both sides. Diddy is trying to. Diddy is more trying to act like he's trying to play both sides, because the times with Diddy and Q's doing that shit now, that shit should have been done last year before Super Tuesday, where you can make everybody be like, yo, we need a black agenda, and we need everybody to tell what their black agenda is, and then we can go accordingly what everybody's best interest is. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's different. So with 50 Cent shit, I don't have a problem with what 50 Cent said, because I wouldn't expect anything different. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get mad at this point when your expectations are not met. I wouldn't expect that nigga different, because the wealthy motherfuckers is going to thrive under Trump plan. I mean, everybody knows that. Well, I ain't gonna say, okay, I would think everybody understands that shit. Like, Trump is wealthy. He's for the wealthy. So the shit that Cube, how he's talking about, he's working with Trump only because of the partnership and blah, blah. Nah, Cube. You what you doing? You playing damage control. You backpedaling, and you try to make sure that you can still keep your black card with the lower tier of the black community, as well as with the upper tier of the black community. And you like, it's one of the things, like, you can't be on the fence. Like, you gotta choose a side. At least I can respect that 50 Cent, that motherfucker chose a side. That shit don't help me, so I'm like, yo, on that, like, fuck that, because it's not helping me. But yo, I think there's a 62% tax rate on anybody make over 400,000. This nigga's in the millions. So I can understand why he said that shit. Real shit. I can understand why he said that shit. Them other niggas, I think he's just damn playing both sides of the fucking fence. And then Diddy saying that shit. The timing is whack. It's almost like, well, I know Trump is better for my plan, my tax bracket, but I ain't about to say that shit. So let me just act like, yo, the black vote is not free. At this point, motherfucker, is free because of your fucking timing. Now, what Diddy say is correct. What Cube was trying to do is correct, but the timing of why now and why not 18 months ago. So it just sounds suspect to me with the Cube shit and the Diddy shit. And like I said, 50 Cent always been like, yo, I don't give a fuck.
Word.
I mean, shoot, the way I see it, man, I just look at it like, look, you got two candidates that a lot of people really ain't feeling, right? Even when I talk to other black people, right? You're just like, yeah, I don't bang with Trump, but it's not like I like Biden either, right? So let me get to the rap shit of it, right? I'm just like, yo, okay, you created a plan for black people. Cool, you know. I haven't read it. I know some people did. And I'm just like, okay, you know, they pointed out some shit and okay, but I'm just like more like, yo, to me, I think, you know, he should have just been ahead with it. And I get it, like, yo, man, let me spring this shit right before the election and hold the vote hostage. I get that part. But I'm like, in the end, though, I'm just like, yo, are you really going to get something out of this? Or are you being used, right? Because I'm like, that's what Trump is proven to do. You know what I mean? Throughout his whole life, way before he's president. And showing you from New York. So this stories with Trump, you know what I mean, for real, go way back. You know what I'm saying? Well before he was ever president, right? On some bullshit that he was on. So that's my thing, you know, with Ice Cube. I'm just like, all right, well, look, you know what I'm saying? If you're just bringing this up now and it could have been brought up then, I'm just thinking, like, you know, what kind of, like, what's in it for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like, I just think, I mean, something might have got promised to him or something's in it for him. That's just, I mean, for just how I see it. And 50 Cent, he a convicted felon anyway. So I'm just like, of course he go just say whatever the fuck he wants. Not that he doesn't do it anyway. But I'm like, man, this is probably a guy who can't even vote. So it really don't matter to him. He just talking shit, you know, and 50, all publicity is good publicity. So, you know what I'm saying? Of course you're going to say some shit, you know. That's just what I think. And as far as Diddy been trying to do this kind of shit. Y'all remember Vote or Die?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't. Last time I checked, I don't think anybody died. You know what I'm saying? Based on who president was. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers who was dying anyway. And guess what? You know what I'm saying? If Trump get reelected, you know what I mean? Or it's just like, like, I mean, or Biden get elected, well, how your life changed personally? You know what I mean? Can't nobody tell me that. You know what I'm saying? How they life changed personally. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important to vote, but you still got to do your shit and handle your business. And you know what I mean? That should be always at the forefront of everything.
Absolutely. So again, fellas, it's a very sensitive time. It's a very serious time. I just wanted to get some of you guys' thoughts on, with Cube.
Quick question. And
can I finish this piece? Can I finish saying what I was about to say?
I thought you were about to wrap up the topic. I had a question about the topic.
Yeah, I was going to just say that with Cube and 50, with them being like recognizable figures, I think they got to be careful on how they throw that I guess that platform that they have to not confuse those who are actually following them, who are actually watching their league. So what you got?
So apparently Ice Cube is suing his sponsors for I think $1.2 billion or some shit because they back out on their financial promise for the 3-ball league. And this shit came out there like the same week that he met with Trump to work on this plan. Do y'all think y'all believe in coincidence or it's just a coincidence?
Not surprised.
Not surprised at all.
I saw a Young Turks news broadcast on Facebook that says that the big three and all the dealings and how he got that ownership is tied to some people on the right. Now I don't want to get too political, but I mean, Merv, it's funny you say that because I literally saw a news report that said that because Trump literally went on CNN and backtracked saying he presented his plan. He wanted to talk to both campaigns. The Dems said they weren't going to hear. They didn't want to talk to him until after the election. Trump them, they heard him out, but they took it to another level because they grasping for straws right now. Whereas they went as far to Photoshop a picture of Ice Cube and Eric Trump photoshopped a picture of Ice Cube and 50 Cent with some Trump hats on when it was actually at a Big Three basketball game. But I mean, in this day and age, man, it's almost like the truth. It's almost like your truth. Like old boy said, I'm gonna retweet this and I'm gonna let people decide for themselves instead of just going with straight facts. But all I got to say is just and Mark, I want to address what you said. If you are a felon in a lot of states, all you got to do is pay your restitution and all that stuff, and you can still vote. So just go vote, man. I don't want to get too political.
Word. So going to transition from that, fellas. I appreciate y'all take on that. So let's get into some sports, man. A lot of shit going on in sports today. Tua time. Trey, how do you feel about Tua getting the nod, man?
To me, it's whack. I don't care what your purpose is. If you're trying to lose or you're trying to win, it doesn't matter. But you don't throw away a quarterback that's doing their job. You let that man, if that man is not your quarterback of the future, but you gave him the job at the start of the season, and he's doing what any football team is wanting to do, and that's win, you let that man keep going. Because at the end of the day, the NFL is not one of them leagues where if you're at the bottom of the pile, you're losing by 40 points. If you're 0-6, you're generally, with the exception of this year, the New York Jets, if you're 0-6, you're generally losing by, 5 to 10 points. That's why the spread is never that high in the NFL. So I personally think it's not good. It's definitely not good for floors. I think that this is a straight GM call. You have to be able to try and win. And nothing is going to save your job more than winning. I don't care if the GM told you, hey, you're going to start Tua. If that GM say you're going to start Tua and Tua goes down the tank this year, the first thing that's going to happen is, all right, time for him to go. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like it. And we know already the perception of minorities. I think I can only think of Ron Rivera and Tony Dungy as the only minorities who actually left a head coaching job and got another head coaching job right off the bat. So to play with your own future, I get it. If the GM says that's what it is, that's what it is. But me personally, I'm not the type of nigga that's gonna stand up there and take them heat rounds because the GM said do some fuck shit. Like, you know.
Yo,
And even though I say that, that goes
Yeah.
against everything that we talk about in the military. Because if Sergeant Major says do some shit, I can't tell the truth.
That shit gonna
Hey,
happen.
this come from Sergeant Major,
yeah,
but this is totally different in my eyes. So
yeah.
Man, I'll say one thing. I think it's just the timing that we're in with all sports is when you have a guy who's a tip top draft pick, the pressure's on the organization from the owner down. Well, you gotta start him. No matter how well a guy's playing, it's like that pressure is on that you have to play him. And I'm just like, it sucks for Fitzpatrick because I'm like, he was winning. You know what I'm saying? And quarterback,
Right.
it's a unique position in sports, right? I'm just like, man, like if the guys kind of believe in that guy, like he can make things happen, with the hearts and minds of, the other 52 guys. But I'm just like, yo, it sucks for Fitz, and I think it's gonna suck for the Dolphins if if he goes out there and he don't play as well. I'm just like, man, but this rush to get, the top draft pick in, whether he's pick 1 or pick 5 or whatever, and I think 2 was 5. I just think, it just, man, sometimes, guys might not be ready. You see it happen in basketball all the time, and it's starting to take that same effect in football, where it's like, yo, man, you will tell your first round pick you're starting, regardless of what's happening. And that's just, that's just not the best idea, man. I'm like, man, you should be trying to win, for no matter what, not appease, whoever to start this guy. And I'm like, when the NBA rolls back around and all them guys who will pick 1 through 10, they all start. Every single one of them. And it might not even be the best move. But guess what? That's just the way it is.
but that doesn't send the correct message to your team.
It does.
So here we are winning. How am I supposed to continue to play hard for you if we're winning with this guy and then we start losing because everybody feels like, oh, this is the right move? COVID didn't mess this up because if he was going to be the starter from jump,
Yeah, I don't know
he
what the
would
hell
have been the
Danny
starter
talking
from joint. Like plain and simple, man. You just don't do that. You don't tear up your team like that. I got it. He's your future. We understand that. But there's nothing wrong with him sitting back for another year. Hell, Patrick Mahomes was known to be the guy, and he sat back an entire year. So it doesn't matter.
As a stats go, go ahead, stats.
I have a really good theory.
No, it didn't, Danny.
I don't have a problem with the move simply because I'm glad you referenced Patrick Mahomes, because as you can remember, my sorry ass excuse for a football team, we were able all of a sudden to get Alex Smith after he was coming off of his best season as an NFL quarterback. It was shocking. I was happy. I'm like, damn, why are they giving him up? Now he had Patty Mahomes sitting behind him a whole year. We didn't know that. All we knew that he was a gunslinger out of Texas Tech. And now we see a Super Bowl and an MVP later. We got that's what we got in Kansas City. Now the timing is fucked up as a motherfucker in the middle of a season when the team is 3-3. Quarterback's not playing he hasn't been playing badly at all. But my thing is that I believe that because in that season that Alex Smith was a Pro Bowl, had his best NFL season, all the reports were saying that Patrick Mahomes was outperforming him in practice by a long shot. Out of respect for Alex Smith, they weren't taking him out because he was winning as well. But I think that's kind of the situation. Now, Tua, as we know, Tua had almost a career-ending injury at Alabama. I think Tua would have been the day one starter had he not had the injury in Alabama. So that's why I think that Tua is outperforming him, but they wanted to make sure that hip was well. As I said earlier, the timing is fucked up, But I understand. I think they just want to get that guy out there because I think he's ready. He even though Fitzpatrick is playing winning football, I think that Tua got to be outperforming him in practice. So I think it's like that Mahomes and Alex Smith type deal. That's my take on it.
Can I speak?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So
Yeah,
all right,
so
I want to make sure we had enough time for this topic. So my thing is, based like what Stack said, he had a career almost a career-ending injury. All right, so what is the fucking rush? They don't have a Super Bowl. It's not like they have a Super Bowl contender team and they're one quarterback away. All right, so with my future having almost a career-ending injury, why the fuck I'm rushing him back when we're at 500? We have a quarterback that's playing good, and yes, he's good physically, and yes, let's say he's outperforming in the practice. Yo, on that fucking field on Sunday, major difference with the speed, because when you're a quarterback, we can't hit you. You know you can't get hit. You hit a quarterback even in college. You hit the damn quarterback, you in trouble. So like he knew he can't get hit. You know what I'm saying? So why put him against linebackers that's running 4.3 and 4.4s and a linebacker hits you is just like the equivalent of getting hit by a fucking car. So why risk that? So just as a football move, as a GM move, it's just not the smart thing to do to start him at 2-2. Like I said, football and sports have become too microwave. All right. You remember Aaron Rodgers got drafted. Everybody knew he was gonna be a man. He didn't play for like 3 years. But mentally it worked for him. And a lot of quarterbacks come in mentally. A lot of quarterbacks fail because of the mental game, not the physical aspect, not being able to work out, not the physical talent, it's the mental aspect. So him sitting down for a year, learning the professionalism, learning the mental aspect of how to be a quarterback, be able to observe the game and the film each week would have done marvelous. Just like Patrick Mahomes. Yes, in my opinion, it's no coincidence that Patrick Mahomes started performing and was able to be on that mental level as he did, working behind Alex Smith for a whole year. Because Alex Smith is a smart quarterback. So yes, Mahomes, talent-wise, on the physical level, is better than Alex. He learned a mental level, how to study and whatnot under Alex. And then the second year when he did start, that's how he was able to be successful so fucking fast and able to maintain your success. This is a bad move. It's an unnecessary move, especially when coming from a career and an injury. If it wasn't from an injury, like Stack said, he would start from day one. But why play with his future when you're not one quarterback away from the Super Bowl?
Right. We got Danny on the line right now. Danny wanted to hop in and share his take on it. I know Danny was going to talk about this on your show as well. So what you got to share on this one, man?
Stacks took a lot of what I was about to say and my point exactly. But to Dre's point, COVID did kind of mess everything up. Because with the NFL changing the schedule, remember, the way the Dolphins' original schedule was, they were supposed to play the Jets 2 times in 12 days in the month of November. By that point in the season, the Dolphins' season would have been over anyway. Tua would have been in the lineup right at Thanksgiving. You play the Jets back-to-back. But because of COVID getting games canceled, getting games moved, it moved up that game that happened Sunday with the Jets 4 weeks early. The other part was Miami, when the season started, wasn't even worried about the playoffs. It was all about getting this kid ready to go. The second he was ready to go, he was going to play. It didn't matter. What happened in San Diego, a really freak thing happened to Tyrod Taylor, and now he's out of the lineup. This is different than Patrick Mahomes because Alex Smith was a playoff quarterback in Kansas City. It was different. When you talk about Aaron Rodgers, to Murray's point, you had Brett Favre there. He was going to sit regardless because Brett Favre was still there. Mm-hmm. In the situation of Miami, it's not about making the playoffs right now. If they make the playoffs, great, but it's not about that. It's getting this kid ready because he is the future of the franchise. And Brian Flores knew that from the very beginning. They're not going to can Brian Flores over this. If they end up going 3-13 with this kid behind the center, Flores is not going to lose his job over this. He is basically entrenched to get this team to the next level. He is the gatekeeper coach. Just like in the NBA, some coaches are gatekeeper coaches to get somebody to the next level, and that's what Brian Flores is. If the Dolphins win, it's great. It's great. It's a beautiful thing.
But we say that, but let's look at Arizona. Arizona had the same gateway coach when they brought in Steve Wilkes and they brought in Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen was a bust. He's been a bust in Miami. He's not even on the team, I don't think, right now. I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. But what I'm getting at is it was the same deal with Josh Rosen and Steve Wilkes. But because Josh played so bad, Steve only got 1 year. He won 3 games. He got 1 year. And then they was like, nah, get him out of here. This is not the quarterback and this is not the coach. But then we bring in a high caliber person in the brand of Murray, Kyle Murray, Kyler Murray.
But didn't they replace the GM as well too?
No, the GM was not replaced.
I thought the GM was replaced Arizona.
Not when Steve Wilkes was fired. No.
Well, also at the same time, Steve Wilkes was a bad fit there anyway. It is what it is.
How do we know that he was a bad fit? Because he won 3 games with a rookie quarterback?
It wasn't it. I think it was the culture in the locker room and the way players acted and also body language. You also understand it's more than just a quarterback that gets a coach fired. You got to think Josh Rosen wasn't Steve Wilkes' guy anyway. That was a front office decision went bad in the first place. That's why I traded him. When you look at the thing with Tua in Miami is committed to the long haul rebuild of this franchise. They've already committed. It's the same thing they're doing in Charlotte with the Hornets. They're committed to James Borrego, even though they're bad in this process. They're committed to Brian Flores. They understand what Flores is doing. They see the improvements. The team is way better than what everybody expected. Is it the right time? I still think it's a week away. But I tell you this, the reason why this thing wasn't pulled a week earlier is because, let's be honest, they went to San Francisco the week before, and they're expecting Ryan Fitzpatrick to get killed. Because the week before against Seattle, he played terrible. He threw for over 300 yards and threw 3 picks. They was expecting Tua to go. They're expecting Fitzpatrick to go on the road because Tua is not going to start on the road against San Francisco. They expected him to get killed and have a bad game, and then it makes it easier to start him against the Jets. They end up beating the 49ers 43-17 on the road. You couldn't sit him then. The reason why they sat him, Dolphins go 0 for 8 on third down on Sunday against the worst team in the NFL and probably a team that couldn't beat half the teams in college football. They go 0 for 8 on third down. Tua comes in and gets the only third down conversion late in the game. It sparked the offense. You knew it was coming. The thing was, is it bad timing? It is what it is. But to Stack's point, it's not about the playoffs. They spent the 5th overall draft pick on a quarterback. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not the long-term answer. And 2, the further and the worse that Sean's Cowboys get and the more they keep winning this division, don't be surprised if Jerry Jones calls for Ryan Fitzpatrick before the deadline and trade a 4th or 5th round pick to go get Fitzpatrick.
The first thing you're always taught about the NFL, what does it stand for? It stands
not for long.
Right.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick's job wasn't for long.
And what I'm saying is, if I'm doing my job, how can it be not for long when I'm doing what I'm supposed to do? 1. 2, how can I, as a player, come in here and be of the mind that, hey, I want to go out here and win when you just pulled the damn red carpet from under me with a winning quarterback to put in a rookie to try to fucking, bring him along. You bring his ass along next year in the offseason if that's what you want to do. Not on my time when I'm fighting. I probably never made the playoffs. I'm fighting. I got a chance, and I want some taste of success. And you're going to pull it from up under my damn feet? That just doesn't make sense.
Danny, when you responded to that, also respond to the injury part. No, that's it. I just wanted because he had responded because my main thing was the injury factor, that career in the injury. I'll be scared to bring him in right now. Just remove for that from last year.
Right. Go ahead, Stacks.
It is long term. That was a good.
Go ahead, Stacks, and I'll respond to Mark.
Dre, I feel you, but I don't think we should have no crocodile tears for Fitzpatrick because we already knew what it was. Fitzpatrick is a journeyman stopgap quarterback. Fitzpatrick had to know at some point that job that job was going to go to Tua. When they drafted
if I'm losing. If I'm
No,
losing,
no,
yes.
hell no. Well, how many teams has Fitzpatrick been on? Fitzpatrick has been a stopgap quarterback. Fitzpatrick, and I like Fitzpatrick, but he's been the guy that's been filling in a role.
He wasn't winning. He wasn't winning.
No, yes,
he's not the long-term guy.
We always use the term.
We saw
winning
him. He won in
solves
Tampa
everything.
Bay.
That is
that's how I started calling him Magic. Yes, he was. That's why I started calling him Magic.
Listen, I'm a Buffalo fan. He started his career in Buffalo. He was Fitzmagic because of the things that he would do for 4 or 5 games. I get it. He's not going to give you a complete season. But if he's giving you those 4 or 5 games at that moment, you got to ride with him those 4 or 5 games at that moment. Now, the next game, let's say he come out, he throw 3 interceptions or whatever the case may be. All right, yank his ass. But you don't yank him when he's winning. He went on the road and he beat the San Francisco 49ers. Those are the defending, regardless of what they have going on this year, they still are defending NFC champions. They're still in the race for the NFC West. He also come back and he pitches damn near a shutout against the Jets. Okay, he was.
We can pitch a shutout against the Jets.
We can pitch a shutout against the Jets. It's still the NFL. This is still the NFL. You're saying we can pitch a shutout of the Jets, but let's not act like that the Falcons just didn't get their first fucking win of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're 1-0? Wow.
It's like this. Yeah, under new leadership, under black management. What I'm saying is, to Murph's point,
I like it.
To Murph's point about Tua's injury risk, I don't think that if he knew and the team knew, the doctors knew, they saw it in practice, he might have been, because Flores said that he's the most accurate and the most ready on a week-to-week basis. If he was not ready, Murph, like I said, they're investing a lot of money in him. If they felt like he was not ready to go under center, and they showed it Sunday, he looked comfortable in the pocket on Sunday. He was ready to go. Like you said, it's a not for long league, but remember, Ryan Fitzpatrick knew he doesn't have a guaranteed contract after this year, so it's not like he is the answer. He's not the future. He is the very present. I don't like it going now. It would have been November if the schedule wouldn't have changed. As I said, the perfect time to start a quarterback, especially Tua, is against the Jets. Dre, you can go out there and throw for 300 yards against the Jets right now. Okay.
No, I think the best would be during a bye week. Bring them in during bye week.
Well, the thing is, you have an 11-day period where you have the Jets. You have they play on Sunday. They play. They play.
They got a bye Sunday, right?
Yeah.
No, they play Sunday.
No, they have a bye.
They have a bye Sunday.
That's why they're doing it.
They have a bye this week.
Okay, all right.
Well, that makes it even better. So you have another week to prepare then. So it's the perfect time to do it.
Yeah,
you do it at the bye week. There's not a better. I guess and the thing is also because Fitzpatrick played so well and Sean's Cowboys were desperate at this point, because Lord knows if the Eagles win on Sunday or on Thursday, they leave the division and they've been pretty much bad all season. The Cowboys are going down. Exactly, because Andy Dalton is trash. So Sean's Cowboys might make a phone call and be honest with you, trade Fitzpatrick for a 4th-round pick. The Dolphins turn around and get a 4th-round pick for Fitzpatrick because the Cowboys are desperate, because if they miss the playoffs, they'll be the laughingstock of the league and have to pay Dak Prescott a whole bunch of money. I think Jerry Jones might make that risk. Like I say, it's not
on Sunday, so they're good.
Who they're playing Sunday?
They're playing the Washington, my team, the Washington football team.
Because the Washington football team beat Philadelphia, so it can't be a scrimmage.
Oh,
division games are different. I'll give you that. I didn't say nothing, Mark. I didn't say nothing.
What I'm saying is, it's not saying like they beat the Eagles early in the season, but the Eagles have also beat other teams in the division. The real surprise is the fact that Dallas is the only team in the division, besides losing Prescott, that hasn't lost that much. Their offense scores 97 points a game, but their defense gives up 105. I think Kenyon Drake is still running on the Cowboys as we speak right now.
Hey, Danny, you finished? No, we got to move on.
No, he's not. Like Jay-Z say, the freeway, keep going.
No, what I'm saying is, like, literally, Kyler Murray has got more wins inside of that stadium than the Cowboys have over the last 15 months.
All right, so Danny, thank you.
I love it, Danny.
No, but the thing is much. I'll pick on the Eagles, but mind you, it doesn't mean that I can't get on the Cowboys. With the NFL's highest payrolls, a very good defensive line, and you guys can't stop anybody. Now, mind you, one of your only 2 wins this year is because my special teams coordinator doesn't know how to teach special teams. Because obviously,
that's a bad.
Obviously, because because your defense gave up 40 points to Atlanta, and Atlanta didn't even punt the ball.
Damn, you got one win. Damn, you got one win though. That makes it worse. You didn't put.
Listen. Our defense is just about as bad as yours is, but the difference is y'all have a defense that y'all spend $97 to $100 million on.
Right, damn.
Hey, Danny,
Danny got receipts. Danny got receipts.
I got receipts and bad special teams.
Let's move on to other topics. Joining us tonight.
Hell no. I want to hear more from Danny.
I'm the EP of the show. What are you talking about?
I know you got things to do, Danny. You got a show like at 9:15, Danny. It's 9:15 right now, Danny. So
actually, no. I'm actually off work, so I'm kind of good, fellas. There's no World Series. The World Series, no one cares about that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Continue, Danny.
Listen, man.
No, because I can't pick on Dre this week because the Bills are even though they lost, they're still playing good football though. So the Bills are playing good football. The Falcons are 1-0. The Eagles are about to be in first place in the division. Washington still might actually win this division, even though their quarterbacking situation is terrible. Listen, they still can win Sunday. You never know with Dallas. You never know with Dallas's defense.
If the other 3 teams let the Eagles with 5th stringers and Carson Wentz win this division, they should just retire from football.
Mark, hell, didn't y'all do it last year? Mark, didn't y'all do it last year?
Don't do that, Mark.
Mark, didn't y'all do it last year though?
Yo, but this team is even worse. This team is worse.
No.
Mark,
but don't you?
Mark, I don't have a quarterback. I don't have not one offensive starter.
Yo, you can't talk injuries. You can't talk injuries to Philadelphia fans. You can't.
No. I can talk injuries though.
We don't got receivers. We don't got a line.
Yo, did you not see the offensive line and they just cut sacking quarterbacks? At least, no. Here's the thing. No, Sean, you can't really talk injuries. If anybody can talk injuries, Philadelphia can talk injuries. Like they can.
How?
We're not talking your division right now. We're not talking your division this year.
My whole line is gone.
Philadelphia's offensive line hasn't been there since the Super Bowl.
Y'all still got all y'all skill players.
Our string line is done. Hey, Sean, our second string line is done. The first string is already out. The second string done. We on the third string.
They about to call Dre next week to start at left tackle.
Sean, y'all got all y'all skilled players, and y'all got a former Pro Bowler back there. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Only a fat boy.
Former Pro Bowler.
No, real talk. Dre do
got get out of here.
Dre has a head like a left tackle, so I can definitely see that. But
he can probably block better than the last guy the Eagles cut this afternoon, the one that was tackling Carson Wentz. I'm pretty sure he can block better than him.
I'm quite sure he can do that.
Oh yeah, the right guard. I saw those highlights. That guy is horrible.
Fixing his glove in the middle of a play.
Yeah.
Like I said, Drake can be quiet because even though Buffalo lost, there are only 2 losses this year: Kansas City, and that was a hard. You can't. It's hard to beat Kansas City anyway. And Drake, who else y'all lost to? Tennessee.
Wait a minute. Didn't the Pats lose? Didn't the Pats lose? No. Pats lost. Cam Newton, my bad.
We can move on with that dumbass, fake ass narrative. Bull.
I'm just saying. I'm giving the Bills props. What more do you want from me, Dre?
I'm not talking about you. I want you to give the Panthers their props. How about that? Let's go there. Let's get the Panthers their props for that win they got a couple weeks ago. Let's do that. Let's start there. Then we can move on.
We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Let's just say that we'll have a coach. We'll have a coach then.
In Atlanta.
We'll see y'all. We'll see Thursday night in your stadium.
No. We're talking about what has already happened. We're not going to talk about future right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about. That coach doesn't exist. Like Men in Black, that moment doesn't exist either.
Yo,
all right.
Danny got beat so bad.
Them L's exist.
Hey, remember Sean, Danny profile picture? Did you change it yet?
Damn right I changed it. Damn right I changed it. I'm allowed to. But no, Sean, guess what? You can talk shit because you won. Congratulations. My special teams coach is a jackass. Okay, I get you. All right. And yeah, Dre, you did win. that one crazy game that got my coach fired. We appreciate y'all for doing that and got the GM fired. We appreciate you because Sean's team couldn't do it. I'm glad your team did it. Sad part is, in 2 weeks, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks in your own stadium, and we'll get revenge in your stadium because guess what? I can't tell you the last time your team actually beat the Falcons in your stadium.
I can tell you the last time that the Panthers beat the Falcons. How about that? Let's just
When's the last time? Well, I mean, we
Let's
own your
just do
stadium
that.
anyway, so
I can tell you the last time they beat the Falcons. Let's just go there.
Hey man,
about damn time.
Shit like that is whack to me, Dre. Like we talk about the Bills, like don't forget about my side B team. Let's go to Carolina.
His side check, yeah.
I didn't say nothing. I was sitting here quiet the whole time. I didn't say nothing, but then that's what y'all want to bring up. I mean, it's cool though.
Dre treats the Panthers like a WB show, a black WB show in the '90s. It gets forgotten.
What? That didn't go over well.
I'm out, yo. Like I said, fellas, great show as always. I'm glad I was able to check in. Stacks, man, keep these two knuckleheads in the corner in line. I know Mark always does, but
I'm
keep Tweedle A and Tweedledum, or I'm sorry, Dre and Secret Squirrel. Keep them good.
All right,
fellas.
Peace.
All right.
Shit.
We need to have a meeting with Danny afterwards, man. That shit can't happen again. That was very disrespectful. We got to find a different platform, man. Anybody at this?
Yeah, his facts about the Cowboys was appalling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Revolt anybody out there. We're free agents. Hey, yo, let's get into Odell.
Oh my God.
OBJ got banned from LSU for 2 years for throwing money up at the national championship game. Murph, if you was NFL going back to USC and they come back and tell you that you banned for 2 years, you can't come on campus, you had nothing to do with the team, you can't come in the locker room. Yo, is that too harsh? Y'all think that's too harsh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too hard. It was a PR move. That was a PR move. That's all that was. It was one of the moves when colleges do
self-imposed.
Yeah, thank you. This goddamn, I'm eating a cherry that was soaked in vodka.
Nah, you just fucked up the words. Don't make no excuses. Thank you, Dre. Keep going.
You see this motherfucker? That's a motherfucking cherry. I'm soaked in vodka for the last hour.
Relevance?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He got me talking slow. He got me talking slow. But yeah, PR move.
I was not long enough though. But okay.
So PR move.
Definitely a PR move. I mean, think about it. Ben Simmons, got a whole bunch of money and cars and everything else when he was at LSU. They didn't ban Yami for him or any of the basketball team. Get the fuck out of here. It's bullshit, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
My thing is, why now? That shit happened. Why now? Why today? All of a sudden. I mean, LSU they won a national championship, but last time I remember they need all the PR they can get because I ain't seen a champion fall off the ledge like they did in a while. So I mean, why now?
Well, everybody went to the NFL. That's why.
You got 17 players in the NFL.
I got it, but what I'm saying is, why is somebody coming with a bright idea?
Well, it's not that it happened now. It's just that they had to do a complete investigation, which we know is bullshit. But they have to go through the steps. They have to make it seem like, all right, they are doing what they're supposed to do. We're going to go out there and we're going to make sure that we're following the bylaws of the NCAA. And we can't just do that overnight because if we do it overnight, it looks like we're not taking it serious. So to Merv's point, it is a PR stunt. It is a way to make you say, all right, we did this wrong, so this is what we're going to do, which I think is bullshit because the only people that are really hurting are going to be players because all you do now is you lose 4 scholarships from LSU. Now, these players that would normally go to LSU, they're going to have to spread thin and go to somewhere like Mississippi State. Now, you take Mississippi State's fucking scholarships that would have been used on players that deserve to be there, and now they're going to have to go to a lower grade. They're going to go to Mississippi. or well, not Mississippi, but what's the one that Brett Favre went to? Southern
Oh,
Miss.
Southern
And
Miss.
then
Yeah.
it's just going to be, it's a trickle effect. And that's why I hate this scholarship bullshit. Because at the end of the day, the players are the ones that hurt. It's not the coaches. It's not the fucking team. It's not the fucking school itself. LSU is still going to be in the top 10 next year when the season starts, even though they're imposing, this self-imposed loss of scholarships and self-imposed loss of visits. So the only thing you're going to do is you're going to bring the guy in that is you're not going to bring in the guy that is going to Alabama. You're not going to try to flip him because you already know he's going. That's the visit that you're going to lose. So I think it's bullshit. That's just my personal opinion.
Facts. So
Agreed.
just to, in our home stretch, man, let's talk about some of these NBA moves that's going on out there. The Clippers just got Ty Lue. He said he felt good. The whole meeting that they had, felt like this is where he want to be. Last year, he turned down the LA Lakers job. He wanted some more. They didn't pursue it. So now he's with the Clippers. And we also got another hiring that Stacks actually brought to our attention earlier today with Van Gundy going to the Raptors. So how do you guys feel about these
Going to where?
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Yeah,
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
To the Pelicans. So how do you guys feel about these two moves, man?
I got a very unpopular opinion, but I
Man,
gotta go first.
For obvious reasons.
I'll say like this, man. Tyronn Lue, the Clippers probably took him, to probably see if they could save that locker room and the players that they have. I know it is reports, that they're trying to move on from Paul George or whatever. Montrezl Harrell's a free agent, so he's out, he's gone. And I know, reports came out about the treatment that Kawhi Leonard got, being a superstar, and he's kind of able, to work from a different set of the rules because of who he is. I'll say like this: Tyronn Lue. I think he's an okay coach. I don't really know if he's a great coach or not. I never seen it. So, we'll see. And I think they're trying to bring most of this core back to see if they can make another run. Because I know they don't want to blow it up. They don't have any draft picks left. They gave them all away. So I'm just like, this is pretty much the team that they have. So they want to see what's going on with Tyronn Lue. Stan Van Gundy's kind of been away from the game for a little while, but to come down to New Orleans and be able to coach Zion, right? That's going to be good, for him and them. I think they're getting ready to blow up their team too. I think guys are definitely going to be leaving that team. I think they will keep Zion. They will find a way to keep Brandon Ingram too, but I think the rest of that team, should be on notice that they will probably have a different address, and they're going to flip, some more guys to be in there that fits with those two stars, those two young stars right there. So I think it's a good move for the Pelicans, but I think it's going to be a whole lot of roster turnover. I think with the Clippers, not so much because of bringing in Tyronn Lue, and they really can't move around the way they want to. Maybe they could flip Paul George, and get some of that draft capital back and maybe, a couple additional players, but that's still, going to be a work in progress. So I'm just like, that's an okay move, but I think the Stan Van Gundy move is a good move.
Well, I think is more of a who else we got? Like who else is out there? I think these moves have come more from lack of coach options. Tyronn Lue, I don't know what the fuck the hype is about this about Tyronn Lue. Like
Right.
whatever his contract is, he need to give 20% of that shit to his fucking agent, and not his technical agent. His agent being LeBron James, because all this fucking hype that he got, him being like one of the top coaches because he got a fucking ring, is all due to LeBron James. Like I got to see. He got to prove it to me this year. I got to see how the fuck he coach out LeBron James. All right, because when he got that fucking position with Cleveland, they was number one in the fucking NBA. That's how Tyronn Lue got hired and immediately coached a fucking All-Star game. So they was gonna go to the East the NBA Finals regardless. It wasn't because of the fucking coach. It was in the East, and the fucking team they was number one. So when they fired the other guy, because that wasn't a LeBron guy. Tyrone was a LeBron guy, and he won the finals when that damn bullshit suspension came with Draymond Green and shit. So it's like I don't know what the fuck the hype is about Tyronn Lue. I know he got a championship ring as a coach. To me, as a fucking figurehead. So, in my opinion, they could have kept fucking Doc Rivers. I don't see how the fuck this is much different from Doc Rivers. Now Van Gundy, I'm not impressed with him either. So what they're going to do, what's going to happen with that, he'll get them to the playoffs. He's a regular season coach, and that's fucking it. So I guess their plan must be like, all right, get the teams playoff ready after 2 years of going to playoffs, getting eliminated. Now we're gonna find a coach that's a championship coach. He's not a championship coach. He's a playoff coach. He'll get your team to the playoffs, and that's fucking it. But he's not a championship coach. And he's a screamer. And low key, he throws his teams under the fucking bus. I don't like the motherfucker. I really don't like the motherfucker. I'm not impressed by neither one of these fucking hires. Tyronn Lue, Austin Van Gundy, and that to me shows more that who the fuck is out there? Like, if I'm the Clippers owner, I would brought Phil Jackson out of retirement first.
My take is Tyronn Lue. I'm happy he got the job because he's a brother first and foremost. I think we need more brothers out there. Coaching. It ain't really matter. The Clippers will always be the little brother to the world champions. So it really don't matter. I heard he already asked about
we don't hear the bias shit.
Yeah, man.
We the fucking champions. So I know the bias. We the fucking champions. Let's listen first and foremost. But anyway, I heard he's already asking about Kawhi's load management. So we'll see how that shit go. I mean, he just got the job and he already asking about that shit. Now the other hire, man, you got Jock Vaughn don't have a job yet. He's still assistant, right?
Yeah. I mean, associate coach.
Okay,
Nash.
Jock Vaughn. We got fucking Sam Cassell out there, man. Why the fuck did Stan Van Gundy get this job and not a young brother that played in the league that can coach these young Pelicans players? That shit drives me crazy. When I saw that today, I was pissed because we got brothers out there that have been paying their dues, sitting on the sidelines and as assistants, and we got somebody that's failed several fucking times. They get the fucking job to coach Zion and these young boys down there in Pelicans in New Orleans. It's fucking bullshit. I think they should have picked up. I'm just go out say they should have picked a fucking black coach. Give one of them guys their first shot. We got Sam. How long Sam Cassell was sitting on somebody's sideline? How long Jock Vaughn was sitting on somebody's sideline? They should have got a shot. I was very fucking disappointed that Stan Van Gundy failing ass. He failed in fucking so many. I knew he
Orlando and Detroit.
Right? Orlando, Detroit. I mean, he didn't do anything with those. Hold on, Stan Van Gundy, was he with the Orlando when they went to the finals?
Yes, yep. And that was what I was about to say.
Yes, okay, and he went to playoffs with Miami. And he went to playoffs with Miami.
Stan Van Gundy is a coach, plain and simple. Yeah. He's a coach. So when we sit up here, if it's going to be because we're talking about a black man, let that be known. Yes. But don't say that he doesn't deserve to be a coach. Stan Van Gundy absolutely deserves to be a coach. He, like Mark said, he's a coach that is going to be a good hire for the New Orleans Pelicans. Then now, if you and you can't have these statements and not be on a tirade the way that like Merv gave a little small quick tirade about Tyronn. Tyronn Lue hasn't done anything to prove that he should be a coach. So he's moving from a situation where he had LeBron come in, put together this team, and get it how he wanted to have it done, and then say, hey, I want this coach. And now he's moving on to a team to where they already have two superstars, legitimate superstars. Whether that translate into playoffs or not, that's to be debatable when it comes to when we're talking about playoff P. But at the end of the day, he has two superstars. So he started out his career with three superstars, and now he has two. Whereas Van Gundy, he's the guy that beat LeBron and the fucking Cavaliers to make it to the finals with all he had was Dwight Howard. The starting point guard at that time was not it
Is it
was not
Jameer?
Jameer Nelson. No, for the playoffs, it was not Jameer Nelson. It was Anthony. God damn, I'm forgetting Buddy's name, and I shouldn't forget it because he's actually he went to my alma mater. He went to Stone, but he's the only person. He was the one that started in the
Try to remember the
No.
try to remember the name.
Went to college at Charleston, but anyway, he's the
Anthony
one.
Johnson.
No, not Anthony Watson.
Not Johnson. Okay.
Yeah, Anthony Johnson. My bad. I thought you said
No,
Watson. Yeah, Anthony Johnson. He's the one who carried the team far as the point guard load. So all there really was Dwight Howard. So we have to give Stan Van Gundy his fucking credit, and we got to wonder why the fuck is Tyronn Lue getting jobs.
Oh well,
you know,
like I said,
Dre,
I don't like neither one of the hires. I don't like neither one of the hires.
Yeah.
Dre, that was a very good point. That's fair, but I'm just sick of seeing there's so many we got what 70%, 75% of the league is black.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard for brothers to break through and get a head coaching job. It's mind-boggling to me. But you gave me a good reminder that Stan Van Gundy did take Orlando to the finals. Hold on. Who did they lose to?
They lost in the
finals.
They lost to man. Shut the hell up.
We
don't know.
Okay.
We don't know. Fuck
you know what though?
Okay. No.
But you know what though?
You know what? Go ahead, Mark.
You know what though, Stacks? You kind of brought up a good point. You know, when you spoke to the net situation, I think that should have been Jock Vaughn's job, right? I understand Steve Nash is a big name, but Jock Vaughn been an assistant for years, associate coach, former point guard at Kansas. You know, I mean, from player to coach, he's one of the smartest guys that you'll see. You know, like just understanding basketball and knowing basketball and knowing some guys who actually got to talk basketball with him, right? They were just like, that guy he's a real smart guy. So, in terms of the game. So I'm just like, I'm surprised, he just got passed over not to get that Brooklyn job and they gave it to Steve Nash. I get it from a standpoint of optics, but from a basketball standpoint, no, I'm not feeling that.
Well, Steve Nash will tell you that he jumped the line and I guess Kyrie and Durant bought off on it. So I mean, I get that portion of it, but it's just a raw deal for Jock Vaughn, man. He should be somebody's head coach going into next season. In my opinion.
You know what? Y'all know how I am. Well, Stats know how I am. I'll quick to damn look at the stats, how many coaches is, how many white, how many black. But man, it's hard for me to damn really talk, to be quick. Like I'll talk shit about NBA, but it's hard for me to quickly talk shit about NBA hirings because they have a lot of black people and a lot of damn different upper management positions and assistant coaches and
still ain't like enough to me, man.
No, I ain't saying that. Yes, we could be more, but the NBA you get a lot more blacks get a lot more opportunity in the NBA than any other professional sport. So that's why I said it's hard for me to be quick to jump to that. You know what I mean? Like so, but like I said, I don't like neither one of these hires.
Yeah, we'll see how it works. Again, I'm not a big fan of Tyronn Lue. I felt that he benefited from having a good team in Cleveland in the East.
Yeah,
I think he's Mike Brown. He's Mike Brown 2.0.
Absolutely.
Mike Brown only got coaching jobs because he coached Cleveland with LeBron. He went to the Lakers, failed. He went to he's a good
he's an assistant coach. He's a defensive coach. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's it.
He brings the defensive style to a team, and that's even can be debatable because you saw what he did when he was in Golden State when he had those cannons out there, and it couldn't stop anybody. Seemed like so. It's an interesting hire. We'll see how it works. I know there are a lot of things they're going to start doing. Like Mark said, they're looking at possibly Paul George, putting him on the market. I don't think that Tyronn Lue going to let them trade Paul George. Not for chump change anyhow, not for another superstar. I think they're going to rock with Paul George for at least one more year. They may move some other pieces. I know Kawhi is saying that he want a point guard. I don't know if you guys saw that. They're saying Golden State might be going after Bradley Beal, and LA might be going after Chris Paul. So if those things happen, then of course, Clippers going to have to go get a legit point guard. Pat Beverly,
they need one.
They're going to need
They
one.
need one too.
They need one.
They need one. So It depends on how Tyronn Lue takes that, man. It depends on what they can bring to the table. It depends on what kind of roster they can shape up as well, because he will play a huge factor in that.
Now, one other thing, so I heard this a lot. What I'm about to say. So I'm wondering, is it the coaching or is it the fact they say Tyronn Lue? The best thing about Tyronn Lue is he's not afraid to get in the superstar faces and hold them accountable.
Yeah.
So from what I'm hearing is that's one of the main reasons he was given that. That's his best attribute.
Yeah.
Whether it's LeBron, whether it's Kawhi Leonard, whatnot. I guess, probably because shit, motherfucker, I played the same level as you did. I might not be a superstar, but be
NBA
that
champion.
level. Exactly.
Right.
So that's probably why he ain't afraid to get in these superstars' faces. So I'm hearing that's the best attribute that was why they got him.
I think that's a false narrative. So
you think so? Yeah,
I think that's a false narrative.
That's why.
But let's not. And then the other thing, we always talk about, what did Love do or what did Kyrie do when LeBron left? So why we don't do the same thing with Tyronn Lue? When LeBron left, he was the coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So if we're gonna be fair across the board, let's give him that bullshit credit.
Yeah. I mean, remember that dude, remember he came out and said that he was like something was going on mentally with him at one point.
Hear that.
Like
it's still going on then. Don't coach.
It was just like almost a breakdown that he had, something crazy. So, Dre do not like Tyronn Lue. I was never a Tyronn Lue fan.
It's not that I don't like him, man. I just don't like when people get put in a position to succeed, and that is their reason to continue to get jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was put in a position to succeed. He didn't work for it, but then he showed his coaching prowess or lack thereof when LeBron was gone. But we killed Kyrie and we killed Kevin Love because it's like, oh no, they ain't did nothing without LeBron James. What the fuck is Tyronn Lue do? And that's why Eric Spoelstra. I told y'all earlier this year. Before the playoffs,
Eric Spoelstra.
I never gave Eric Spoelstra any credit, but after these playoffs, he gets all the credit from.
Hold up, Dre, real quick. Did you pay attention? Because a lot of people didn't pay attention to Eric until LeBron and Bosh went there. But he coached 2 years before Bron got there, and those 2 years, all he had was Wade a bunch of nobodies, and he got them to the playoffs. Like, he was coaching his ass off before Bron and Bosh got there. Nobody was paying attention to him until Bron got there.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Coach Spo really started out as the video coordinator in Miami. I mean, this is when I lived in Miami. You know what I'm saying? And he would show up, at the summer league games that I was at and everything. This boy really was the video coordinator. Like, we're going this. No, I gotta watch film. You know what I'm saying? He was always just grinding, just grounded away, right? And Riley took him under his wing. Pat Riley, legend, took him under the wing. You know what I'm saying? Young boy, this is how you get it done. And he followed that, and he just kept going and going and going. I was just like, man, that's what you're supposed to do, man. You know what I'm saying? When you want something, you just grind for it. And I think, he more than paid his dues, man. So all the success he gets from where he started, he earned that shit.
Absolutely.
Well, Spo is probably the best. I mean, if you really want to look at it, I mean, let's take Popovich out of the equation. He is one of the best coaches in the NBA. We have to give him that. He's done more. He's done.
Easy.
People don't talk. He's an unpopular opinion. He's a better coach than Steve Kerr. He's done more with less, and he's done the ultimate when he's had a whole lot of talent. When he had Bosh, Wade, and LeBron won championship, all went to the finals with a 5th seed team. I don't give a damn about no bubble or whatever, but he's like the polar opposite of fucking Tyronn Lue trash ass.
Yeah, and Doc Rivers. So
he's trash as well.
So fellas,
for Doc Rivers, Doc Rivers wants a big man.
Doc
Yeah, I
Rivers
mean, for
trash.
Doc
Yeah,
Rivers,
Doc
yeah.
Rivers
Doc
is
Rivers
trash.
always
Nah, I get
thrives when he
nah.
coaches a big man.
I ain't gonna rock
Doc,
with
You
you
know
on
what
that.
I'm saying?
Doc
Doc
Rivers
Rivers
ain't
I mean,
trash.
trash.
watch
It,
how much
he
better
needed to be
Joel
gone
Embiid
out
be.
of Clippers.
Watch how
Yeah,
much better Embiid be.
he
Watch how
needed to
much
be
better
gone.
Embiid be.
Oh
He
You know
damn,
what
I
I'm
forgot he
saying?
was Philly
And
now. So
Embiid's
of
an
course,
I
all-star
remember.
already.
damn, talk him
4
up.
weeks ago,
He's an
Mark was like,
all-star. He's an all-star
Doc Rivers is
already.
trash.
Watch how
I,
much
4 weeks
I,
ago,
better
everybody in the chat
Embiid
was
will
saying Doc need to be fired, and
oh
now
no,
all of a
I
sudden
still
Doc
agree
is
though.
a
Whoa,
good.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
I
trash.
still
Thank
agree.
you, Trey.
No, no,
Thank you,
time out.
Trey.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
He
hold
don't
on.
have a big. He
I
don't
No,
have
did.
a
we
big man.
said we didn't just
I
say he
said
need to
that.
be fired. We said he gets too much credit. He's not that good of a coach.
Exactly.
These are all the things
He
that
was
was in our chat. But now that he's
he
with Philly, oh, he gonna make Embiid great,
No,
and now he doesn't.
Oh, you
I'm
talking
just
to
saying
Mark?
this.
Oh,
Okay.
he
Every
gonna
time
hey,
he's had a big, every time he's had a
he gonna make
legitimate big
Philly
man, he's
Philly
done
great
well.
again. He
No,
gonna
what
make
I'm
Philly
saying
great
is,
again.
every time he's had a legitimate big man, a legitimate good big man, yeah, I mean, he was able to get the job done. He had Kevin Garnett. Now we got Joel Embiid, somebody even
Who
more
else he had?
talented.
Who
he
else he
got
Yeah, I
it
had
mean,
for
done
that
one
one title he
time.
got? And what
you
has he
know,
done after Blake Griffin
Nothing.
ain't a
hey
big
man,
man?
he's
Doc
a big
Rivers is the
yo.
most overrated coach in NBA
He's a
history,
big
in my
man
Overrated.
coach.
fucking opinion.
He's a big man
Most
coach.
overrated.
Mark,
He
I'm
ain't
a
did
Straight up,
shit
he's a
since
big
that
man
I'm
one
a,
coach.
title.
if I can find
Can't
He's a
even
big
make it to
man
the
coach.
Western.
Mark was like, yeah, Bull is overrated. I posted it. I said, fellas, I'm telling y'all, Mark Jackson is overrated. Mark was like, yeah,
I'm
Bull is
glad Dre had
overrated.
the receipts on that shit.
Yo,
I wish I had it. Mark was
Thank
on
man,
you,
him
Dre.
on his
Shit.
he's a
ass.
big man coach. I keep telling y'all this, man.
Oh
If
my
He
Embiid's
had
fucking
better, you know
he
what I
goodness.
mean,
had
for the dude to
DeAndre
get better.
Jordan and Blake Griffin and didn't
And
even make it
they're
to
not
the
as good as
conference.
Joel Embiid. Neither one is good as Embiid.
No,
Neither
nobody
one.
is good as Embiid.
That's
Hold on,
right.
hold on,
You know what I mean?
Mark.
Except
Mark,
AD.
Mark,
Except
Blake
AD.
Griffin
you
was a
see,
fucking
Mark,
MVP candidate. What are you
You know what
talking
I'm saying?
about?
And Joel
Mark,
Embiid is
Mark,
better. He's better than him in his
Mark,
prime years. He's better.
Joe Embiid ain't
Mark,
never been an MVP candidate.
Man,
Never.
please. You know what I mean? For
He never
Joel
had
Mark,
Embiid,
it.
way better
Mark,
than Blake Griffin.
Mark,
That ain't even close, dog. Ain't it
Mark, check
now?
it out. So we're gonna reference Kevin Garnett like they ain't had Ray Allen and Paul Pierce on that fucking team.
And
We
Rondo.
gonna just forget about them.
And
And
Rondo.
Rondo. And
Yeah, they
Rondo.
have.
I know, but you
They have.
referencing him as a big man coach. How, Sway? How?
Hey,
How,
listen.
Sway?
I'm trying to tell you, Embiid gonna play even
Okay.
better. He gonna play even better, and
Because
that's
of
gonna
Doc
be the
Rivers.
move.
Okay.
Yo,
Embiid,
fellas,
Embiid.
we it's a moot point. We know
Embiid is a beast. He gets lazy. He's lazy as fuck sometimes.
lazy.
Embiid
And he
can be
ain't
the
gonna
best
be. I'm trying to tell you, he's not gonna be lazy. You're not under Doc. It's not
Good,
happening.
good,
because
He
good.
of
not he
Doc,
not
huh?
going. He
Alright.
stopped eating Chick-fil-A
Alright.
too.
Yeah,
All right.
good.
All right, Mark.
Yo,
Shit.
all right. Yo,
You got high hope for Doc.
hey, fellas, good pod tonight. We got Thursday night football tomorrow night. Got the Giants and the Eagles. I'm rooting for the Giants hard. So got some games coming up this weekend, fellas. We got a lot of things going on. We got a lot of things that we're working on internally to make sure we get people what they want. So I just want to end it on this. Let's go around the table. Mark, you started us off, man, with the Musiq Soulchild Retro-Review. So what is your 1 minute spiel for the night, man? What's your 1 minute recap?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, something that I've been monitoring is these HBCUs with college basketball, college football. And I like what I'm seeing. I'm seeing guys transfer from big schools to go to these HBCUs, man. So I'm monitoring, some different teams. I want to see what Alabama State is doing. Mo Williams, who played about 15 years in the league, with the Cavs, you know what I'm saying, for play with LeBron. He's the coach of Alabama State. I want to see what he's going to do. I want to see what Howard's going to do with Matur Maker. They also got a transfer from Michigan State, and I think they got another transfer from somewhere else. Morgan State got 6 transfers to come into that school. That's led by Sharon Wright Jr., if you remember Sharon Wright, picked, for about the Sixers a long time ago. I'm just like to see, these HBCUs do some things. Deion Sanders obviously is at Jackson State. He has put together a great coaching staff. You got guys transferring in there, and he's recruiting his son to come play quarterback. So we'll see if that happens. But I'm happy for these HBCUs, man. I want to see them make a move, man, and really get some talent, in both sports. And, I mean, we'll see if it happens. I know Mikey Williams, the hot shot sophomore now, one of the best players in the country. He's thinking about going to HBCU. If he doesn't go directly to the NBA, maybe he ends up at HBCU. So I'm just excited, man. It's good times around that kind of movement, and let's see what happens with it. I wish him nothing but the best.
Word. Stacks, what you got, man? What's your wrap up?
I got two things. One's going to be about the pandemic. We still got an ongoing pandemic. As a matter of fact, cases are upticking. Reports say that we're going into the darkest. We're about to go into the darkest 12 weeks of the pandemic. So just be mindful. Keep yourself safe. Keep your family safe. The other thing is, I lost my train of thought. The other thing is fellowship. We're about to go into the holiday season, and one thing I'm gonna tell you a short story. When I was in the military, my first time away from home, I was 17. I was 18 when I got to my first duty station. My Dre ain't gonna like this shit. So my sergeant, he showed me my room. It was a week before Christmas. He's like, "Hey, here's your room. I'm about to go on leave. Hey, I'll holler at you when I get back." I spent Christmas. That was the first time I was away from my house. I spent Christmas alone in my barracks. I didn't know anybody, and I cried like a baby. That being said, yeah, he is. And if I ever find him, it's gonna be a fucking misunderstanding. That being said, fellowship and conversing, even if you can't be around him because of the pandemic, conversing, just stuff like this, being able to chat with your video. I mean, being able to fellowship with your brothers, calling somebody up you ain't called in a while and stuff like that, because you never know how people are doing. A lot of people will keep issues and stuff to themselves because they don't want to worry anybody with their problem. But reach out to somebody you ain't talked to in a long time. Reach out to just reach out to people, because you never know what they're going through. In a long run, especially you got a pandemic and you got holidays coming, and that's where holidays. That's when the most suicides happen. So just be kind to each other. Reach out to your peoples to check on them, and that's all I got.
What you got out there, Merv?
Yo. Motherfucker's still October. You know what the fuck that mean? Niggas still celebrating. Niggas just turned 40. I got a whole 2 more fucking weekends to celebrate, nigga. Like, this weekend's coming up. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting with my niggas. You know what I'm saying? The following weekend is fucking Halloween. So I got 2 more weekends. Now, before I was celebrating 39 turning 40. Now I'm celebrating 40 and beyond. So I got the rest of the fucking month celebrate my motherfucking birthday. 40 as fuck. That's the fucking model going forward. 40 as fuck is the model going forward. And I will be posting. So if my friends out there, y'all will see me. All right. So that was that shit, right? All right. Now, what in the fuck is this? I did, motherfucker, 2 weeks ago.
Shout out to my cousin Becky. I forgot that she rocks with all our shows.
Yeah. Hey Becky. Hey Auntie. All right. So. No, all right, well, yeah. hey, like Stack said, this pandemic, the next goddamn 12 weeks will be crazy. You got the flu coming up, flu season coming up, colds and shit, pandemic and shit. Just be real careful, because you don't know if that's a flu cough, a cold cough, or fucking corona cough. So just stay away from
you were sneezing and coughing earlier, by the way. I'm gonna put that out there.
It's these cherries. I got these cherries.
Coronavirus.
Somebody been watching Cardi.
Hey. Yeah, other thing, I'm a Libra. My nephew's birthday was today. He's a Libra. So I'm also celebrating that nigga birthday. He would have been 32 today. I'm going all out. Now back to
KP.
Let's see, pandemic, vote, birthday. There's something else I'm missing. Oh, damn, I just said shit. Vote. Hey, y'all. I ain't gonna tell you who to vote for. But, we got 13 days. I think it's 13, 21, 22. Yeah, okay. We got 13 days left, y'all. Listen, you got early voting. that you go do until Tuesday, I think, or some shit. You can do the early vote, absentee. November is the last day to vote. Yo, go vote, y'all. I'm not telling who to go vote for, but if you're listen, I'm talking to my African American, my brothers and my sisters. Go register to vote, and please go vote. That's it.
Dre, what you got, man?
Yeah, I really don't have nothing. Again, it's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You see, I got on the pink. Ladies, check your tatas. Please do those self exams. The quicker you catch it, the more likely that they could cure you from this deadly and sad disease. Also, I just want to say, hey, listen, man, turn up, yo. I'm almost in the Merv spirit. I ain't quite there yet. It's been a long week, so I still got a couple days that I got to get in and grind. But Friday, I'm DJing a party. Then Saturday is mine. So we doing 90s theme. I got the grapes, got the oversized Hornets jersey, the Larry Johnson joint, got one leg up like LL. It's for to be fun.
Okay.
I just want everybody to have fun with me somehow. We ain't gonna be together, but y'all have fun. Turn up wherever your location is at, and let's have fun. Live life, man. Fuck it.
Indeed. Well,
I
again,
got you. I got your back.
I know you do.
Of course.
Of course you
Without
do.
doubt.
Of course.
Without a doubt. So the only thing I got is, again, thank you all out there for rocking with us. Anytime we get one person to even listen to us talk on this thing, we really appreciate that. I at least appreciate that. So shout out to Becca. Shout out to everybody. Our friends over at Blackjack for Danny hopping on. Shout out to Tina for hopping on as well for tonight, checking in with us. And everyone who actually stayed in. We had a lot of we didn't have the engagement per comments, but looking at those who were actually rocking with us, some of you were rocking us from the beginning of the show up until now. So we appreciate that. We got a lot of things that we're working behind the scenes. I said this over a month ago, that as we continue to grow, as we continue to expand, as we continue to build more platforms, we want to bring all of you who actually been rocking with us from day one along with us. We got other things in the works, so please start looking at different things on our page. Look forward to seeing some other content being posted out there on our page. Send us some ideas of some things that you want us to get into, that you want us to dive into. Anytime you want to hop on the pod with us, please let us know. Inbox us, or send us a message on the page, so we can make sure we get you in there. We got a lot of good things coming down real soon. I'm gonna wrap it up by saying this. This is Act 1. Act 2 is underway. We about to go into our fall season for the guys. So again, stay tuned for more to come on that. And again, fellas, good pod tonight. I appreciate you guys. Merv, continue to turn up. Dre, if I don't talk to you before Saturday, happy birthday, my dude.
Happy birthday, my guy.
Be careful out there. I ain't gonna say I said offline, but yeah, do your thing, homie. Yo.
Hey, don't Monday.
Don't do nothing.
His birthday Monday.
Don't do nothing.
Yeah,
but we ain't gonna meet before then.
Yeah, I don't have no plan. Yeah, I don't have no plan to talk to Dre no time soon. So yeah.
Damn. Hey, Dre, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. That leave you with a whole lot of fucking options.
What? All right,
Dre.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Rebecca.
Dre, do everything.
Don't do what Merv won't do. If that makes sense.
No, Dre, do everything. Dre,
you mean don't do what Merv would do? That's
it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Tina.
Hey, Dre, you living? I'm definitely living, motherfucker.
Hit it with the Dougie.
All right, y'all. Easy.
All right, out.
All right.